Hello and welcome everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today we will be playing the first episode of Tamerlane, the official Tamerlane, right after finishing Bassi AOC's wonderful Rise of Tamerlane custom campaign. Today we'll go ahead and get started with Amir of Transoxiana. No special Steam achievement for us to be going for here.
The man's eyes surveyed the room as he began to speak. The life of flight is a cruel thing. I have seen numerous battles and escaped the clutches of death too many times to count. Thousands of men once followed my call, but I am now without land, army, or title. All that I have left is my quest for vengeance. Precious time passes as I speak, so I will be blunt. Doom rapidly approaches your land, and you must be ready for it. The armies of the cursed Tamerlane draw ever nearer, watering the ground with blood. This warlord is the greatest scourge ever seen in all Asia. If you will listen, I will tell you of his conquests, of the terror that he has inspired. Born into the Barlas, nomads inhabiting the Central Asian steppe, Tamerlane was bred from birth to be a warrior. He spent his youth as a mercenary in the service of the local chieftains, but soon rose to power when his father, a chieftain himself, died. At this time, Transoxiana was divided between four powers. In the west lay the White Horde and the Blue Horde, mere shadows of the former glory of the Golden Horde. In the east were the two wings of the declining Chagatai Khanate. Tamerlane set his sights on these divided rivals. He was outnumbered, but he had a plan. Toktamish, a chieftain challenging his uncle Urus for rule of the White Horde, had sent messengers to Tamerlane seeking his support. If Tamerlane could defeat Urus and install Toktamish in his place, then Tamerlane could rely on the support of a powerful ally.
Nice! I miss not having to voice the introductions. And it does seem like the introduction there does mirror the events that occurred in the Rise of Tamerlane, about serving the local chieftains and all that. Our main objective is to capture 3 of the 4 relics held by the rival Transoxian Khanates. And I'm going to pronounce the Khanates because both the custom campaign and this campaign has called the Khanates, so I am going to just assume that that's the right pronunciation. Our hints tell us that Tamerlane's forces cannot advance past the Castle Age, but can support a population of 200. That's very good. You cannot build docks or warships in this scenario. There may be a way to capture a dock from the White Horde to fish in the Aral Sea, however. Do not hesitate to use Tamerlane in battle. If he falls, he will return to his castle, provided that it remains standing, to recover from his wounds and return to the field again once he is ready. Okay. So that mechanic that we encountered in the custom campaign is actually already being showcased in this very first level. Resources are scattered thinly across the open steppe. As you expand to harvest them, you may also encounter local warriors willing to join your cause. And lastly, killing Urus Khan will allow Toktamish to take control of the White Horde and assist you against your other enemies. Our scouts report that the forces of Tamerlane in purple command the fortified city of Samarkand. Ooh, spelled with a K this time instead of a Q, but we recognize that from our custom campaign earlier. Its walls will provide safety early on, but you will soon have to expand north to acquire additional resources. To the west is the White Horde in Cyan, whose leader, Urus Khan, in orange, resides in a fortress near the Aral Sea. Droves of cavalry archers, light cavalry, and spearmen roam the steppes between the Sarisu and the Ulutal. The holdings of the Blue Horde, in blue, lie to the northwest. Though initially the most vulnerable of your opponents, they will field armies of knights, camel riders, and skirmishers if not properly checked. The western Chagatai Khanate, in red, controls a citadel in the north on the shores of Lake Balkash. Behind their walls lurk a plethora of cavalry archers, camel riders, and spearmen. The eastern Chagatai Khanate in green dominates the eastern portion of the map from a formidable mountain fortress. Dread hordes of Mehudai, light cavalry, and pikemen issue forth at the first sign of approaching enemies. Toktamish Khan, in yellow, a rival claimant to the lordship of the White Horde, holds a camp between the Oxus and Jixardes rivers in the center of the map. His forces are few, but given the proper support, he could prove to be a powerful ally. Okay, let's summarize real fast. So I get a city, I got lots of resources, stuck in Castle Age, but I have all 200 population slots to work with. The White Horde in the west has a dock that we can conquer, and also if we take them out, then we get a valuable ally. And it seems like, so this is cavalry archers, light cavalry, and spears. This is knights, camel riders, and skirms. So it looks like 2 cavalry units and 1 trash unit. Red is cavalry archers, camels, and spears. And then these guys are Mehudai, light cavalry, and pikes. Okay, so basically lots of spearmen to be expected here. So we will want to think about training cav archers, as well as maybe skirms early on. And otherwise, we're going to want to take advantage of Tater light cavalry and maybe camel riders as well. Let's go ahead and get started.
The feeble lords of this steppe will tremble in fear at the sound of our thundering hooves.
Salam Kurgayman. Tayyarman Kurgayman.
Salam Kurgayman. Tayyarman Jem Kurgayman.
Tayyarman Jan Kurgayman. Jan Kurgayman.
We have to capture 3 relics. We're stuck in the Castle Age. As they described, let's not be afraid to use Tamerlane here. Let's gather our forces. Do we have a blacksmith? Yes. Let's pick up Bodkin and all of our technologies. We'll want wood as soon as possible, and we'll actually want to send villagers to secure that. Let's see if we can find ourselves a stone pile as well. There's a lot of gold here. Do we have an equivalent pile of stone here in the north? Which direction was blue? They said they were said to be weak early on. To the northwest. Okay, so northwest seems to be the direction that we want to go here. Those are our new allies. We've already found some soldiers. And it looks like this is a central camp. Still no new stone, however.
Salam.
We'll take that fight gladly. Let's keep producing villagers here.
Turn back now, Tamerlane, and I will spare your worthless life.
We're still doing alright here. Let's back our forces up. We're going to want more TCs to continue producing soldiers.
Tamerlane, we both have no love for Urus Khan. If you will help me slay him, I will take command of the White Horde and help you conquer Transoxiana.
Sounds good, my friend.
Tamerlane's armies approach our lands. To arms! To arms!
We may have overextended somewhat here. Let's back up. Put these guys on stone. Keep producing villagers here. Yeah, that is unfortunately a lot of enemies. Let's kite them around in this direction.
Sire, our scouts have identified the weaknesses of our enemies. If we strike at their soft underbelly, we will break their will to fight.
Perfect. Looks like we got a bunch of new objectives. So if we kill Urus, then Yellow gets to take control of their base. If we raid the Blue Horde's villagers, we cripple their economy. If we raid the Chagatai Khanate's trade, so we destroy their markets to cut off their income. And we can destroy mills and town centers of the eastern Chagatai Khanate to prevent them from feeding their armies. Seems like pretty logical stuff. Let's kite around with what remains of our forces here. We really want to get this castle up. Have no gold miners. I would like to not lose Tamerlane, even though we're allowed to. I think we did reasonable damage with our initial force there. Let's actually build another town center, so we can keep churning out those juicy villagers. And we're going to want more gold at some point. That doesn't deter me whatsoever. Let's actually pick up husbandry. Our villagers are out of herdables here, but they took advantage of the tons and tons of extra food that they had, surely. Do we not turn on auto farm reseed? No, we didn't. Unfortunately, seems like our town center there is going to be the next target. Do we have a university? Yes, we do. We might actually lose that TC that we just built, unfortunately. And that's already gone. Holy crap, that was fast.
Selam.
Not a huge issue. Let's try to bait these units into our castle. Let's take this opportunity to grab murder holes. Murder holes, please. Thank you. More villagers. And some more soldiers by the looks of it.
Bargayman. Burgayman.
That's red sending us enemies as well. We even have the wolves after us now.
Selam.
We should keep developing our economy and start thinking about recovering our military as well. Primarily with the force of cavalry archers here. We're gonna want a castle on the western side. Losing our trade workshop would be inconvenient, to say the least. But they're not really sending any, Oh my gosh, that's a lot of enemies now that I think about it. And they do actually have a ram, so we are going to need to respond to that one. Let's take down this ram. Hop back into the TC. And keep producing units here. We still have plenty of stone. Let's build another castle on the southern side here. We might lose that TC in the meantime, but that's okay. Our economy is still alright. It's not doing horribly, but it's not doing great either. We sadly don't have any gold miners to speak of. Once we get that castle online, we should be in much better shape. Because it doesn't look like they send too many siege weapons after us. We're back down to the 1 TC, I think. Oh! Let's not build there. Start hunting in the north again. And use these cavalry archers to bait them in.
Emriniz. Selam. Tayyar men. Turgay men.
West side is in a bit of trouble. We're still doing just fine on the other sides. Oh, this pathfinding is interesting. The villagers aren't going to work for some reason. Also, the angle of that menu die is very odd. We're going to want to pick up ballistics at some point as well. We don't have the gold, sadly, because we don't have any gold miners. That's alright.
Selam.
We just need the wood. Let's build ourselves a castle in this, in the northwest here. Good. Keep saving our resources. And oh man, we probably should have taken better care of our starting units. Blue was not nearly as vulnerable as I thought they were. So I guess our first target now should actually instead be teal, so we can get a valuable ally. We'll do treadmill crane, another villager.
Bargay men. Turgay men.
After that raid peters off a bit, we'll set about building a TC up there. And now we have all our researches up. So our push forwards can begin in earnest. I like the idea of using Keshiks just for the theme. But yeah, castles are the name of the game here.
Derhal Turgay men. Turgay emriniz. Selam Turgay men.
That's a squad of rams. We're gonna need to do something about that. Their pathfinding's borked. That's DE pathfinding working in our favor here.
Tayyar men. Turgay men.
Only have 5 woodcutters.
Selam Khan.
We have 27 gold miners, yo. Let's fix that real fast. Bring some woodcutters here. Move you guys onto those deer. More keshiks. Actually managed to run out of wood. And there's Urus Khan, actually. He's pretty close. I wonder if we can draw him out. Let's wait until Teal fails a raid, and then we can see if we can take them out. Let's pick up ballistics. We're too low on wood to get ballistics. We can still build a couple of keshiks. Let's keep some keshiks in case the green team sends us more rams. Keshiks and castle should be more than enough of a defensive line. And here's Teal's next raid, as if on cue. As soon as we get those guys sorted out, we'll try to make a sneak attack on blue. Or on teal, that is. We're not really behind the 8-ball here. We're actually stabilized a bit. Let's actually pick up herbal medicine. It's not a pick that I would normally go for, but we are spending non-zero amounts of time in castles here. Let's see if we can focus down Uruk here. It doesn't look like it. The pathfinding is just not good enough. It's all right.
Tamerlane has been wounded. Return him to Samarkand to recover.
Not an issue. More villagers. And more keshiks. As well as more archery ranges. Let's pick up handcart. All of our defenses are still looking solid. We only did about half damage to him. He might even be fully recovered by the time we get back to him over there. So that just means that we needed more forces. Ooh, the lack of ballistics there probably also hurt us a lot. There's one of their relics, and yeah, Urus is going to be completely healed. That attack was a bit preemptive. Ballistics is finished, which should really boost us. Let's make sure we're knocking down their siege equipment first. Speaking of, we gotta be careful because we might need to actually buy stone at some point. But now our economy is basically as developed as it can get. Let's park some of these guys inside the castle so they can heal up using the herbal medicine tech. And I wonder if Tamerlane's recovered. Doesn't really seem like he has. There is still stone out here. Might be worth picking that up. And this time we have a much more sizable force. Let's go after them. Man, the sheer rate that these guys produce their units is pretty intense. Let's try to rush in and perform an assassination again. There we go.
Curses on you, Tamerlane and Tokamesh. The White Horde follows me now. Together, we will conquer all of Transoxiana.
That sounds like a good idea, friend. Let's actually keep villager production going. And now we should be in really good shape. I've actually been kind of sloppy here. There's more soldiers to recruit for our cause. I've been sloppy with unit production, that is. Do they have a market that I can trade at? Doesn't seem to be the case, but there's plenty of gold around the map. And now we have the population headroom to actually deal some damage. Did Tamerlane ever come back? I don't think I saw him ever come back. Speak of the devil. I think this is a good time to mount an offensive here. Let's actually mount our offensive on the Blue Horde. Wherever the yellow team goes, we will go as well. Let's build a mining camp to pick up that stone. And green is Eastern Chagatai, so Oh man. We're gonna want some siege workshops as well. More keshiks as well. Let's build one siege workshop at least. Let's build another siege workshop. Keep farming. Have these guys hunt that deer. Build another lumber camp in the northwest now that we know that it's safe. Have you guys build a mining camp there. Let's produce some rams. Are those... Nope, not capped rams in this scenario, sadly. Was cool to have that in the custom campaigns and the Tariq Ibn Zayed campaigns. But it doesn't look like we'll have any such luck here. Let's keep producing keshiks. Now, I don't think it's the economically efficient choice to produce keshiks here. But they're cool, so I just kind of wanna. We got a massive horde of cavalry archers now. And we actually do need to get a monk here so that we can take this relic. Remember, our end goal is still to capture relics. We gotta remind ourselves of that. Got ourselves some more units. Let's bring them to the southeast. And bring forward our rams here so that we're not just trying to shoot down these buildings with arrows all by themselves. We're probably going to need even more rams here to take out that castle. But now the momentum is firmly in our favor. That was our monk being trained. Let's have our monk grab the relic and bring it back. And we're close to hitting our pop cap now. More keshiks to fuel our army. We're gonna need to defend our rams somehow. But this should be the eastern Chagatai Khanate falling soon. Hitting the pop cap is great. That always indicates that you're on the front foot now. Base looks nice here. There's the relic. Oh, ram pathfinding at its finest. And I guess our friendly friend Toktamish is now okay, so I guess we took all their food. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought there for a second. I think, yeah, we could just go ahead and go for the total route here. There's something to be said for that. Perhaps it'd be more fun. Was I talking about ram pathfinding? That could also be a thing. No marked in the middle here, sadly. Still got piles of resources.
Selam.
We're not in any danger of running out this scenario. Let's queue up more Keshiks. Let's queue up more cavalry archers. And now we just let our resources stack up. I need to bind my idle military button. I guess the next thing is to destroy the Western Chagatai markets. We only need 3 of the relics. Let's have our friend pick up this one and drop it into the monastery. Let's actually get another monk online. We want to finish off all these surrounding towers so that our monk doesn't get himself sniped. And man, oh man, do Keshiks look cool. Let's mine this stone, repair this castle. These guys are out of gold. Let's have them mine over here. Well, this is actually the eastern Chagatai Khanate destroyed. Oh, and there's our boy Tok'tamish helping us out in combat. Very good. Oh, and we got hunting wolves. Very classy.
Our wolves have been far mightier conquerors than you.
Sure thing, buddy. Let's build some stables. That fish graphic looks a little strange. There's a fire tower. Let's actually build more ranges here. Still got plenty of population headroom. Let's consolidate our military just a tad. Our monk is probably on his way back, right? There he is. I don't really see what's so special about your walls. They're certainly not any significantly better than the towers from the eastern Chagatai Khanate. And it doesn't look like you guys have that many units either.
Forces are attacking our trade routes. Stop them!
Okay, that just got us a bunch of gold. No more idols. Let's build a forward castle. And wow, Toktamish has actually done a pretty good number on the blue team here. These guys are actually pretty weak. If this is their entire base, I really should have considered taking them out early. I guess baiting Teal's unit was the wrong decision. So now that Toktamish has done his part, really we don't have much to do. Let's send our monk forward and bring him back here without garrisoning so we can enjoy our victory. Yeah, it seems like that they basically stopped producing units. Here's the second of their markets. And what I like about this scenario is that Toktamish is actually quite helpful. I like having him on my team. And getting in that, instead of just straight up overpowering the enemy, running in and getting that assassination, actually felt pretty nice. As opposed to just kind of brute forcing it. And this, my friends, is a perfect example of why you always need melee units to attack a town. One damage apiece is just not going to cut it. Yeah, that's really weird. I think that's a bug that was introduced in the newest patch, where the villagers will actually randomly stop collecting now. I really don't like that. That needs to improve ASAP. That wasn't happening to me last patch. Not much else to say here. That's
Chagatai Khans will never again hold sway over the Silk Road.
got him. Oh wow, an entire camel. So intimidating. But this should be the last of our enemies entirely here. Our monk is just about ready to make it back.
You're right, man.
This citadel on Malkas shall stand no more.
Perfect. So we've actually gone ahead and defeated all three of them. I guess the play is still to capture the relic. That was fun, though.
I was a common brigand when I first entered these lands. Now I am Amir of all of Transoxiana.
Perfect. So things did look kind of dicey there at the start. The important thing is to just make sure that you have castles situated on your resources outside the gates. I'd say prioritize. I kind of overextended by placing my TCs first before my castles. I'd say prioritize securing the east side here so that you can have access to gold and stone. Then make sure that you have plenty of access to wood here. Then the west side is probably the safest side. Now what you want to avoid doing is just throwing all your units away like I kind of did at the White Horde. There's something to be said for taking out blue early on, but they don't end up being too troublesome since their units are quite weak and not very numerous. The important thing is to mass a bunch of cavalry archers so that you can assassinate Uruz Khan and Tokhtamesh can join your side. Once that happens, it's really become just a matter of time. There's no real way to lose this scenario after the first 20 minutes or so, I'd say.
As a child, Tamerlane had been dragged into Samarkand in chains by the Mongols. Now, all of Transoxiana was his command. The leaders of the rival hordes all flocked to him to pledge their loyalty. The wind roared, whistling through the hall. Flames flicked in the great fires burning within. The distorted shapes resembling the forms of Majaro warriors. The lucky few that did not submit were destroyed with fire and sword. Towers were built from their bones. Tamerlane was now a great Amir, or lord, but his thirst for conquest was far from over.
Excellent. Fun first level. And we do get our nice and shiny gold medal since it's an official campaign. Good to see. Next time, we will play Gurkhan of Persia, the second episode of Tamerlane. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been The Clever Fool, signing out.